Good morning. This is Heather, and we are toward the end of July in Zone 6B in New Jersey. And I wanted to come out and document what is blooming and where things are at this point in the garden. So I'm going to go around. It's been a while since I've filmed, so some things have come up and gone over already, but right now the echinacea is doing great. We have quite a bit of it, and I have it in other areas too, but these are just really great. This one's a little beat up, but that's okay. The deer do kind of eat at the leaves on this one, but it doesn't seem to bother the plant at all. They just bloom again. If something gets eaten, it just kind of keeps going. We still have some of the campanula going. That's the blue that you see. A lot of it's been cut back, but it kind of reblooms a little bit after you cut it, so it's going to sporadically bloom by now. But I like the way it kind of combines with the pink on the echinacea, the coneflowers. They look so cute together. Now let's go around. The Liatris did beautiful, but it has gone over. So what I like to do to keep this clean is I typically just cut the head off and leave the leaves, so that next year it'll come back up and be pretty again. I don't mind the way that looks either. I think it kind of looks cool, like the way it is. So let me talk about some things I don't like. These I'm going to stop doing because the deer just don't leave them alone. These are, when they're left alone, they're beautiful. They're sedum. They're autumn joy sedum. And they would get maybe 2 feet high for me. And the tops would be like these flathead pink flowers almost. But I'm not going to see any this year because they've just... And they do this every year. I keep trying and I keep failing. So I'm probably going to move them all to a different area of the garden. And just let the deer kind of have them, I guess. I'm not going to try to do anything with them. This here is, creeping phlox. It's not blooming right now, but still a nice ground cover. Oh, which way? I'm going to go around this way. This is an area that also had a lot of the, this is where the poppies were. But then when the poppies go over, there's supposed to be more of the autumn joy here, and you can see it's alive, but it's not doing anything because it just keeps getting chewed down to nothing. So this whole area right here is going to be redone. So behind the, behind the Coreopsis, which never gives me any trouble at all, is just this dead space where something's not filling in. So I'll take all that out and put something else taller there. This is Zagreb Coreopsis. It's kind of going over, but I'll cut it back and maybe you get a little bit more flower after that. This is something I started from seed. I put it here just to kind of see what it did. And I like it. I'll do it again. I'll get real close so you can see it. This is Cerinthe. It's called Kiwi Blue. I thought the flowers would be more blue. Oh, look, we have a visitor. But they're more pink, I'd say. At least for now. Let me see if I can get a good view of one. They're kind of hard to film, but I just like the color of the blue-green. The foliage isn't coming up on the screen the way it is in real life, but it's a bluish green. It's really light, and it looks really pretty up against the other foliage. So I'll definitely do more of that. And it only took a packet of seeds, so it's very inexpensive. And I do really like it. It's not looking on the camera the way it looks in real life, but that's okay. We have some Gora that I thought was not going to make it, and it's flowering. So let me get close to that. This is the flower on the Gora. This is Gora Rosie Jane. Really pretty. So I think people also call these wind flowers or wand flowers. And when the wind blows, the flowers kind of go around. We've only got a couple blooms on it so far, but these are pretty when they're fully in bloom. It just hasn't happened yet, but I'm happy to see it's alive. We have some catmint. I'm sorry, not catmint, calamint. I always mess those up. This is calamint, and this has some geraniums going up through it. Kind of makes it look pretty, but this is like a bee magnet. There are bees covering this thing all the time during the day. And the deer don't touch it, so this will get more room in the garden. We have some geraniums. Usually these are bigger by this time of year, so they're just not putting on this amazing show this year, which is okay. Let's see what else we got here. The Agastache that you see there, that purple spiky thing in the middle that has some rogue cone flowers in front of it, that is Agastache Purple Haze. And the deer don't touch that either. It's really good. And it blooms forever. And the butterflies love it. I can't think of anything bad about that plant. So I'm going to get more of them. In fact, I'm going to put them where I had some larkspur growing. I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm going to put some more of those. You can kind of see in the back more cone flowers. I did move. This part just looks a little green because I moved a bunch of daisies into this area, all behind the sundial, and they're just not blooming because I had to cut the whole top off just to kind of let them root, and because I moved them, I transplanted them, so I cut the top off so that they wouldn't have to work too hard. I just wanted them to root. So it looks a little bare behind that, but it'll be back next year. It'll be really nice. These are really pretty. I like these a lot. I'm going to get a lot more of these because they're doing well. These are Agastache Rosy Posy. I love the color. And the bees love it. If the bees love it, I love it. So I want to get a whole lot more of that. And I want to go all the way around this guy. I think there's 5 of them here. And I want to go off in that direction and off in that direction. I love that color. It looks so nice against the purple, so I'll keep going with that. And let's see what else is blooming. I think I may have mentioned in previous videos that this garden is obviously not finished. It's a slow process for me. I don't go very fast with it because I like to get a little bit of a plant. Normally I would plant in drifts, and I plan to have a lot more particular plants, but I like to test them out first and see how they do after a couple years. How much deer damage do I get? You know, do they flop? I don't like floppy plants. I don't like to stake anything. This is a blue chiffon Rose of Sharon. This is something I would have gotten more of, but the deer like to nibble at this too. So I like to plant things, and then if it does well, I'll get more. If it's a pain to work with, I just quit while I'm ahead and cut my losses, basically. More of the echinacea. And you can't see it because I cut the tops off again, but there's also daisies in here. And I'm having a hard time getting the, I really wanted the, I put some seeds in here that had a blue flower called a cone flower. Sorry, a corn flower. I always mix those up. It's a corn flower. I can get them to, I get like one every year. So I'm going to keep trying with them because I really do like them. Let's go around. I'm not going to go through today. Let's see what else. This guy, this is a butterfly bush, and it does work. It does bring butterflies. It's early, so there's not as many, but by this afternoon there'll be a lot of butterflies on here. Wouldn't mind getting some more of these, but they're big. Let's see if I can get one. Here we go. They love this thing. This and the cone flowers they love. So these, I put these here to try them out. These are not staying here. In fact, they've gone over, but I just left them here so I could show you what I do with them. So these weedy looking things right through here are larkspur. They were beautiful. And larkspur looks like this when it's standing up. It's really pretty. It's about, these ones are 2 to 3 feet high, and they have this really pretty electric purple flower on it. They also, some of them were more of a bluish color. Some of them were like a very pale milky pink color. They were really pretty. And then when they go over, these are just annuals. They form these like seed pods. So what I do is I leave them and I wait until the seed pods turn to like almost papery. Let me see if I can find one here. Here's one. And then I look inside, and once the papery seed pod splits open, you see that like hole? I can just take the seeds out, and then I have some for next year. So I can just see them all in there, and they're really easy to get out. So let's go take some out. Let's see if I can put them on this leaf for you so you can see it. See the seeds falling out? Normally I wouldn't just put them on a leaf, I would put them into an envelope, but I just squeeze the seed pod and roll my fingers around, and maybe 10 or 15 seeds will pop out of one of these. This one's full to the brim. So just take it and roll it around. Sorry for the camera work, it's pretty terrible today. You can see them all in there, popping out. So I've been collecting seeds here for a while just so I can spread these around the garden. This is basically just where I've been using to collect them. This isn't obviously where they're going to stay, but you can tell I have so many of these seed pods and they're really pretty colors. So I'll be collecting these later today, and these will be out of the garden because they're really weedy looking and they kind of get ugly at this point. So that's larkspur. And I'll be back out in a month to show you more. I think this area where we have like this big emptiness, there's nothing here really. This isn't staying here. I put this here. This is a baby, this just grew. This is another one of the butterfly bush. And I put it here just to kind of grow on. I dug it up. It's going to go in another bed, but I just left it here for now. This is going to come out. So I have this big space with nothing really in it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put more of the Agastache, the purple haze, here, because I really like it. And then in front of it, I think I'm going to do some, I want to try some Heliopsis, which has like like a yellowish orangey flower. Kind of looks like a daisy, but it's not white. I'm going to try it. I'm going to buy one, and if it lives a year and the deer leave it alone, then I'll fill in with it. Because I just want to, I always wanted to not have too much yellow in the garden, but I want to break it up a little bit. There's a lot of pink and a lot of purple, and I think I'm going to bring a little bit more yellow in, so that'll be fun. All right, I'm going to stop here. Hope you enjoyed seeing it. Have a great day.